Okay, guys, well, we're here with another message, and this one is urgent. This one is extremely urgent. I hope you guys watch this whole video because today I had this realization. So I'm editing my YouTube video, and I'm seeing kind of like my thought process and the sets that I was doing and everything. And I said something that really made me think for a second. I said I was kind of nervous to make noise, to yell, to grunt, anything like that, because I was scared that I'm going to get banned from this gym as well. And again, I don't want to get banned from this gym because just strictly for convenience purposes to my house, there's not another gym that's like nearby and that's just convenient for me. So I really don't want to get banned from this gym. But then when I was going for my really hard set, which was going to be my top set, and it was going to be strict dumbbell curls. I was going to be seated and seated dumbbell curls, not necessarily strict, but seated. And I was like, and I'm looking at the weights and I'm thinking in my head today, I'm like, wow, today I have every excuse. I have every excuse to not hit a PR. I was just in Germany, didn't sleep any of those nights, literally for the past 6 nights, over 5 hours. Over the past 48 hours, I was either in an airport or in a plane to come back home. The previous night, that was just last night, I didn't sleep above 6 hours. Current day, today, I hadn't drank anything. I hadn't ate anything. There was no reason. But that's why I pushed. Because there was no reason. Because all the odds were against me. That's exactly why I pushed. Did you know what I did? I stood my ground against my fear. And that's what each and every one of you has to do. There was 2 fears there. There was the fear that I wasn't going to be able to do the PR. And there was the fear that if I got loud, I'll get banned from the gym. And in that moment, I had the option to stand my ground, to strive for the greatness that I know I'm capable of, or to move like a leaf in the wind. And what did I choose? Of course I stood my ground! Of course! Are you kidding me? You have one life. One life. You have one brain. You have one set of morals, one set of ethics. And that means nothing if you are not willing to stand your ground. If you are not willing to stand your ground and die by what you believe in, then you are worthless. You're worthless. You can be bought. You essentially have no value to whatever it is that you stand for. If I say 2 + 2 is 5, and everyone in the world says 2 + 2 is 4, and I break the necks of everyone that says 2 + 2 is 4. And no one's going to fight me on the fact that I say 2 + 2 is 5. Well, then guess what, mother? 2 + 2 is 5. You have to be willing to stand for what it is that you believe. You have to be willing to fight for what it is that you believe. Stand your ground every moment, every opportunity that you have to stand your ground. Stand your fucking ground. Let me take a water break. Give me a second. Excuse me, I'm parched. Now, what happened because I stood my ground? Ask me what happened. I'll tell you what happened. I hit that motherfucking PR. I hit that motherfucker. Not only did I do that, I did a drop set. And at that point, the fingertips on my fingers were burning due to a lack of blood flow. I was in so much pain, but I kept going. Oh my God, I'm fired up. It's 9 o'clock at night. My mom's gonna turn off my Wi-Fi. Little does she know it's not gonna stop the recording. Keep going. If I never would have done that, I never would have had that drop set. And guess what I did after that first drop set? Another one. Another one. It was so bad. My pain that I experienced today was so bad. I felt my eyes start to get red and my nose start to get stuffy because it felt like I was gonna cry. That's how bad my pain got today. The sensation of my fingers was so bad. So bad. The way that my bicep, it felt like a cramp every rep. At the point I was repping 20s. And when I look back on the footage, it's like, damn, it looks like I had more. But in reality, my biceps were on fire. My fingertips, I couldn't feel them. And it felt like my entire forearm was in a cramp. But guess what? If I never would have stood my ground, if I never would have made a decision to say, no, I am going to stand my ground regardless of repercussion, excellence would have not been achieved today. So today, I can go stand in the mirror, look at myself and say, yep, attaboy. Attaboy, you did it, bro. You did it. You are excellent today. But let me tell you something about excellence, about greatness, about being number one. You have to put in the effort daily. Daily effort. If you stop for even one day, for 1 second, for that one decision that you chose the easy path rather than the hard path, you stop that one time, it's a monumental setback. You want to know why? Because every single right decision you make is like you're building a block on top of a block, on top of a block, on top of a block, on top of a block. But what they don't tell you is with one bad decision, the bottom block gets pulled. And what happens if I was to pull a Jenga tower from the bottom? The entire tower collapses. That's exactly how your good decisions compound. And that's exactly how all of the compounding from your good decisions will be erased by one bad decision. Understand, you are one bad decision and one good decision away from changing your life. At any given moment, a woman could pass by. You decide to approach her. That becomes your wife. You just changed your life. Turns out she was a cheating whore that used to be a stripper for 5 years. You have 3 kids with her. Turns out she cheated on you. Now you owe child support. GG's, Brody. GG's. Turns out she ended up being a super mega God-fearing woman and her entire family was extremely rich. Boom. You got into the family. You just inherited the whole family business. You're rich, buddy. You just won the game of life. GG's. 2 decisions completely changed your life. One for the fucking better and one for the way worse. You see what I'm saying? At any given moment, but what I will tell you is this. You made the decision in the first place. You stood your ground to make the decision in the first place. Because I'll tell you something. Arguably, it's better to experience a super high or a super low rather to experience nothing at all. Because experiencing nothing at all is you are essentially dead. You are dead at that point. There is no more reason to life. The beauty of being in shape is that you had to struggle to get to be in shape. That is the beauty of it. The beauty of success, the beauty of a Lambo, the beauty of all of these things that are monetary is because you had to struggle. You had to go through shit to be able to get these things. That's the beauty of it. Once you get it, every single multimillionaire that has gone whatever it is that they've wanted has said, kind of wears off after a while. Because it does. Because what exactly was the point of that? It was the struggle. It was the fact that you had to stand your ground against all adversity, against all the shit that came your way. You had to stand your ground and you had to say, no, I'm going to force this to happen. I am going to force this outcome to happen because that is how powerful I am. That is me. I am telling you guys this because that was the personification. Everything that I said, I am the personification of that. And I proved that to myself today. And I proved that to myself over the years that I've lifted. And I will continue to prove that self over the following years that I'm able to lift. That I'm able to do anything, because if you apply this principle to one thing, you'll apply it to everything in life. Everything. This is such an important principle that is applicable to everything. If you do not stand your ground, you are worthless, especially as a man. But as a woman, it is also extremely important, because what if a man comes into your life and you know you're amazing, but he ticks 3 out of your 5 non-negotiables? So you say, you know what? He's good enough. No, he's not good enough. You could do better. You can do better. Forced to find that 5 out of 5. Forced to find it. I know for me, I am making myself as good of a human as I can be in every single metric that is measurable. But I am going to expect that same thing out of my partner. I'm not going to look and say, oh, yeah, it's good enough. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to stand my ground on what I believe in. You have to do the same too. If there's somebody that's treating you not as good as you know, stand your ground. Don't acknowledge, oh, this person's not treating me good, but I'll still text them on Saturday and Sunday so we I nutted. Is that worth it? Is that worth it, dude? No. Come on. Like, no. Think of what a blessing it is to be in your body with your level of health, with the fact that you woke up this morning with a beautiful family that cares about you, with not even just that, because not everybody has that, but with the fact that you could go look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? You know what? Today, I'm going to improve. And because of that, because I'm going to improve today, that proves to my own self that I deserve infinite amounts of love from my own self. A lot of people say love is unconditional. Lie. I actually have to I'm going to make a crash out about this in regards to a motivational video. Love is extremely conditional. It is extremely conditional. There's nothing unconditional about love. But that's the best part about it. That's the best part about love, because that means you can earn it. You can earn love. Love is not something that just, like a fucking fairy comes in, oh my God, love is in the air, love is in the air. No, it's not, dumb. You know what's in the air? Pollutants. That's why you're so stupid, because you keep inhaling them and it keeps going to your brain. No, shut up. I don't even want to talk to those people. If you're one of those people, get off the video. Actually, no. Stay here and rewatch this video 10 times. Thank you very much. Because you need to hear this. You need to hear this. You have to understand everything in life comes all the way back down to standing your ground. Standing your ground. In regards to love being conditional, stand your ground. I stand my ground on that statement. I will never love someone unconditionally unless it's like my mom. Because my mom, she brought me into this life. So, you know what, big dog? She got that one, okay? But every other person is conditional pretty much. Every other person, right? It's like my best friend. I love him so much. Why? Because he's loyal. He's loyal. If I need help and I'm like, oh, I'm uncertain, let me call. Hey, yo, what do you think about gives good advice? That's conditional. If he was a disloyal piece of garbage that gave no value to my life at all, and any sort of decision that I might have needed to ask for help for, I couldn't turn to him and say, yo, bro, what do you think, left or right? And he'd be like, go down the middle. You're useless. What am I going to love you for? There's no point. You are just adding weight onto the backpack that I already carry. No. And the same thing goes for me to others. I expect that when I come into somebody else's life, I am going to add tons of value into their life. And that is exactly what I hope I am doing for you. Through this, I hope you understand that through supporting me, through being with me through all of these moments, you are giving your energy to me. But I am giving my energy to you. We are in this exchange together. I am not here to form a fan base. No. I am here to form a family of soldiers, a family of warriors that in their minds, they understand the philosophies that matter, that understand that if we are all going to say that right is right, we will stand by that. We will stand by each other. That if I am wrong, you will correct me. And if I am wrong, I will correct you. And it is not out of ego, it is out of love. We have to stand our ground internally and externally. As one, as a unit. That is how you win. That is how you stay powerful. You stand your ground, not even alone, but together. You look at others and can say, I stand my ground, so you must stand yours. And that is exactly what I'm doing. That is exactly what I'm doing. So I hope that you take everything from this video and you instantly apply it to your life. Do not give me the of I'm going to try. I'm going to try to implement all this into my life. No. No. Don't try. Do. Do. Make it happen. Do it. Stand your ground and make it happen. Make it happen. Stand your ground on what it is that you say you're going to do. You say you're going to stand your ground on everything, then from today, stand your ground on everything, on every single value, opinion, ethic, action that you do. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. If you're wrong, acknowledge it. And if you're right, say, I told you so. I told you so. I have no problem saying Bubba knows best. You want to know why? Because I stand my ground. Every decision I make it with 100% certainty. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But guess what? I haven't been wrong. I haven't been wrong. I always put in the pain with 100% certainty, and somehow I am always right. Go ahead and explain that to me. Explain that to me. It's the laws of the universe. God, the energy, the universe, the higher power, whatever you believe in. That's how it works. You put in the pain. You put in the suffering. You put in the sacrifice with 110% belief that you are going to be right, that you are going down the right path, that you are going down the righteous path, that you are not doing anyone harm. You are only trying to contribute good to society. You're only trying to contribute good to those that are around you. You're only trying to contribute good to yourself, to what's going on inside. And you think that a negative outcome is going to come from that? Look, truthfully, this is an impactful video. And I hope that every single minute you've been listening to this video, you've been taking mental notes, and I think you should watch it back and take actual notes and take things that I have said from this video, write them down, read them every day of your life, and apply. And if you just apply this video, I am 1000% certain, again, standing my ground on this, your life will change. I am 1000% certain. You want to know why? Because I have had test subjects. You want to meet test subject number 1? Right here. And guess what? Over the past 9-10 months, my life has changed drastically. And over the following 5 to 6 months, which is the Bubba Takeover right now, we're 3 weeks in, so about 5 months and 1 week, you will see how much more my life is going to change. Again, because I'm all in, I'm 110%. My conviction is exactly what I stand by. I will push for everything that I say I'm going to do. I am not the type of person that is just going to move around with the wind, gone with the wind. Absolutely not. I am an immovable object, and exactly everything that I stand for is what I will continue to stand for the rest of my life. Don't let anybody tell you that you're wrong. Don't let anybody tell you that this is not the right path. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't be doing what it is that you're doing, when deep down in your heart, you have the conviction, you have the belief, you have the knowledge, you have every single aspect of your life pointing to this is your way. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you are going the wrong way, because I promise you, every single negative energy wants to see you fail. No one wants to see you win. And it's the sad truth. It's the sad truth. Because when you're doing so much better than everyone else, people want to see you fail. That is exactly why they want to ban me from all these gyms. Because everyone is intimidated. It is intimidating to see someone pushing themselves to the magnitude that I push myself. That is so intimidating. Imagine how much self-reflection people are going to, this guy is destroying himself in the gym. Am I even training hard? No, you're not. If I go train the way that I train at Diamond Gym, you think they're going to say anything? No, because they're going the same intensity as me. If anything, they'll push harder. And if I see them training harder than me, I'll push harder. You have to understand, standing your ground, the reason I'm saying that is because why were we starting this whole conversation in the beginning? I was scared to go as crazy as I wanted to in the gym today because I was scared I was going to get banned. You are disturbing people's egos. You are disturbing the external forces around you. You are supposed to be impacted by your environment, correct? What happens when your entire environment says left, but then you and your mind say right? Your entire environment is going to be against you. You could be totally and completely correct, but everything is going to be telling you that you're incorrect. Do not follow everything. Follow yourself. A casket is made for one person because you die alone. So nothing or no one should have any impact on what you do with your life besides the person that you see in the mirror. Besides the person that when you are going to bed at night, you close your eyelids and you say, I'm proud of you. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to my self. I'm proud of me. When was the last time you were able to look at yourself and with full conviction say, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of you. You look at yourself in the mirror. You look at yourself deep in your eyes and you say, I'm proud of you. When was the last time you were able to do that? I'm doing that right now. I'm looking at myself right now and doing that because I am. Because I stood my ground today. I stood on what it is that I believed in. I stood on who I am, and I was able to execute perfectly. Please, please, please listen, apply, and I promise this is going to change your life. Baba knows best. I am not saying that because I'm perfect. I'm not saying that because I'm super high IQ. I am saying that because I have put myself through copious amounts of pain to make sure that I understand, I am aware, and I apply everything that will allow me to succeed in life. And I'm sharing that with all of you. I love you guys. You guys are my family. The Baba Takeover continues. Baba out.